I don't have a lot of time for MMA training. What is the best thing to focus on for a minimalist training, striking and BJJ, for example? What kinds of key things should I master? Well, here, that's a great question. Okay, look, this is what I would do. I would do the minimum, the baseline for self-defense, in my opinion, is jiu-jitsu. Okay, this is my opinion. Why? Because if you know, striking is better for multiple attackers, but in my opinion, if you're training part-time and you're attacked by multiple guys, odds are it's not going to work. Whatever I give you is not going to work. Okay, unless you're fighting a bunch of really weak guys and you're super athletic and they're really weak. Okay, but the odds of you fighting off 3-4 guys at once is not pretty. Okay, the odds are not great. Now, excuse me. With that said, do BJJ. Do BJJ 2-3 times a week. You know, if you're not able to get on the mats on a regular basis, you got other things going on in your life, fine. Then for your cardio, I think everybody has to do some kind of cardiovascular exercise. In my opinion, you should do interval training, bag circuits. Okay, bag circuits are super important. Dutch drill, you know, like type up Dutch drill, find a good bag, 1 2 3 right kick, 1 2 left kick, 1 2 3 right kick, 1 2 left kick. At least you're learning how to punch and kick. You do that for 2 minutes, take 45 seconds off, 2 minutes, 45 seconds off, 2 minutes, 45 seconds off. It's great cardio. It's intense, it's short, it's a sprint, it's low impact, high plyometric, it's ballistic, it's everything. It's everything you need. So I really like the Dutch drill. You could do also punching intervals. I mean, there's just so many ways to get good cardio on the bag. And then at the same time, you're kind of hitting 2 birds with 1 stone because you're doing your cardio and you're also punching and kicking. And even though maybe you're not technically 100% sound, it doesn't matter. You know, go watch a YouTube tutorial about how to punch, how to hook, how to kick, and just watch it over and over, and you'll perfect your technique over time. You'll become more and more efficient over time. And again, this is not a professional fighter, right? This is not, I wouldn't train a professional fighter like this, but somebody who just wants to know the basics. You're saying you're a minimalist, you know, you have a small amount of time for it. Do it this way. Do jiu-jitsu, and instead of running for cardio or sprinting for cardio, do bag intervals. And I'm sure you could find plenty of different ways to do bag intervals on YouTube. It's a very different question for everybody, because how much training can you tolerate? So I personally believe you should get in the rhythm of training every day. So let's say you have 7 hours in you. Okay, 7 hours in you of training. If you trained 8, you'd be sore. You'd be like, your machine is breaking down. We have to build to 8, 10, 20, 30 hours a week. We have to build to that. Okay, we can't just go from a small level of training experience to a high level. We need to build to a high level of training experience. Okay, because the more trained you are, the more you can resist, the more you can tolerate higher levels of training, greater volumes or higher intensities. Okay, so if somebody's new, they just walked in on their first day in the mat, I don't expect them to do a full practice the way George St. Pierre does it. We have to build to that level, because for George, 2 practices a day, each practice lasting from 1.5 hours to 3 hours is nothing. It's not going to create soreness and pain. It's not. You take a regular Joe off the street, you try to make him do what George does, the guy's going to be in the hospital. You're going to put the guy in the hospital. So let's say you only have 7 hours of training in you in a week. You only have 7 hours. Okay, let's call it a moderate level of intensity. You have 7 hours. I would tell you, look, do those 7 hours, but don't do it 3.5 hours on one day and then 3.5 hours on the other. I would say try to do 1 hour a day. Okay, maybe let's make it 1 hour and 25 minutes a day and then have a day off or 2 on the weekend. Okay, I'm good with 1 or 2 days off a week. I think the body needs at least 1 day off, sometimes 2. Okay, on your day off, I like to do mobility. Okay, so I'm always preaching the supple leopard. I'll let you guys off today. I'm not going to talk about it today, but it's a great book. I do my mobility on my off day. There's no stressing the nervous system. There's no stressing the musculature, the body. It just comes some nice mobility work. Think about stretching. Okay, so it's an off day. But I prefer a daily punch-in. Why? I find that the guys who do it that way get way better, because their system is fresh. Okay, they're coming in every day and their system is staying fresh, and they're working in the long run. They're going to get better longer, because when you're doing those intense workouts, you're flirting with danger. Okay, you're flirting with getting injured, popping a something. You know, you want to be on the mat and hear a popping sound. It's never good. Okay, so let's try to aim for consistency over intensity.